What's up, everybody? I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Um, Super Bowl weekend, I loved it. The Super Bowl 47 was the best Super Bowl I've seen in a long time. Beyonce, halftime, she killed it. The motherfucking lights went out, but you know what? We were still partying. Beyonce killed that shit. Um, Ravens did their thing. Congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens. The 49ers, I see it like this. The 49ers, you know what? Okay, yeah, you didn't win the Super Bowl, but to me, everybody was a winner last night because you made it to the Super Bowl. That's something to be proud of, too. They put on a hell of a show. They put on a hell of a game last night. I was proud. Next year, Super Bowl 48 is going to be in New Jersey next year. I can't wait for that. I want to see who's going to make it to that. But anyway, on to some other news that's not Super Bowl related. General Hospital. So the topic of conversation Friday where we left off was this thing between Prospect Park and ABC. I read some comments on soapcentral.com about this, and more details have come out. Prospect Park has talked about this over the weekend. They own the rights to John McBain, Todd Manning, and Star Manning, and ABC and Prospect Park. Like I said, they're currently working things out, trying to get this situated. So the last air date for Star, John, and Todd are in March. So in March will be the last time, beginning or middle of March will be the last time you see John McBain, Todd, Star, until they figure this lawsuit out. Well, not lawsuit, but until they figure this out. Some people said that they want John, Todd, and Star to work on both One Life to Live and General Hospital. That's not going to happen. That is, you know how many fucking scripts they read for just one show? They read like 80 to 100 pages just for one episode. It's a lot of dialogue that they have to read. So for them to have to do 2 shows, I think that's much. And to memorize all the words and the dialogue, it's too much. No. They should stick to one show. I would love to see them back on One Life to Live, but you know what? John, I think he should stay on One Life to Live. Star, she can stay in Port Charles because of Michael. Todd definitely could stay in Port Charles, and they could just bring Trevor St. John back to One Life to Live as Victor Jr. That's the way I see it. Some of y'all was saying, and now the rumors apparently have been confirmed, that they are bringing Michael Easton, Roger Howarth, and Kristen Alderson back to General Hospital as 3 new characters, which I think is ludicrous and ridiculous. I just think it's dumb, but it is what it is. Some people said that they will boycott One Life to Live if they bring back those 3 people back to their show instead of keeping them on General Hospital. You know what? If y'all want to boycott One Life to Live, you can do that, because I'm not boycotting shit. I've been waiting 1.5 years to see One Life to Live. I miss One Life to Live. I miss Landview. I'm not missing it. So I will be watching in April when One Life to Live comes back. Anyway, let's get on with today's episode. I love today's episode. This vampire storyline is finally starting to shape up. We finally starting to see where the fuck they're going with this. But with Michael Easton leaving the show in March, they're going to have to wrap this vampire story up this month. They're going to have to wrap this shit up now, because February 8th, they cannot tape any more scenes after February 8th. So it's like, you got to wrap this up now, because, you know, it's like, I don't know what they're going to do with this vampire shit. But let me tell y'all something. It was so fucking good to see Caleb Morley, even though he is Michael Easton still. You know what I mean? I haven't seen Caleb Morley in character of Caleb Morley since Port Charles. And when Rafe was talking to Anna Devane and he was recapping what he saw, and I saw Caleb stab Allison, I was like, oh shit. And that evil looking grin he had on his face. Michael Easton scared. Yo, he should do horror movies. Because when he played Caleb, he kind of intimidated me over the years. And on today's episode, like the little grin he had on his face when he looked at Rafe, he intimidated me a little bit, like, cause I'm like, he had a scary look on his face, like, I'm like, oh hell no. Caleb is one sick bastard. Let me tell you something. He could seduce Oprah panties off her. I'm telling you, he could seduce that bitch and take her billions from her. She wouldn't know what hit her. That's how good Caleb is. Let me tell you something. If you do not know the history of Port Charles, go on YouTube, look up Caleb and Libby, look it up. I'm telling you, you would love it. I'm just saying, you would definitely love Port Charles. I adored Port Charles. Anyway, I agree with a lot of y'all. I don't know how they're gonna spin this Libby shit. I just honestly don't know. My theory was at first, what if Alexis had 2 daughters, like Sam and Libby? Like, what if she gave birth to 2 daughters and Helena Cassadine maybe took Libby and put her up for adoption, or, you know, but I don't know. I'm just juggling some things in my mind, like, you know, possibilities. But I just don't know how the fuck they're gonna explain Libby. Because Kevin Collins already said he doesn't have a daughter named Libby, so how are y'all going to explain Libby? Y'all already explained Caleb. Well, not really, but you brought Caleb back because we seen him on today's episode at the end of the episode. We seen Caleb with the long black leather coat on at the crime scene. And with the ring on his finger, I remember that ring like it was yesterday when he wore it on Port Charles. I swear to God, that's how I know it's Caleb. Caleb, sick bastard. Let me tell you something. He's crazy. King of the vampires, I'm telling you. It was scary to see Caleb. I don't know how they're going to explain this. Maybe he's a twin brother of John and John just don't know it. I don't know. But even before I seen Caleb, I was believing Rafe's story because I knew it had to be Caleb. Because I'm like, why would they bring this storyline up if they weren't planning on bringing Caleb in? You know, making Michael Easton do 2 characters. So I knew Caleb had to be back. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. This storyline to me is starting to look a little interesting now. Like I want it to be over, but it's kind of getting me hooked in a little bit because Caleb. Like I've been a fan of Caleb and Libby on Port Charles for a long time. I've been such a fan. So it's good to see them again. Well, Caleb. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do about Libby. Honestly, I just don't know. See, Ron and Frank just be fucking shit up. Like, how y'all fuck y'all gonna bring Caleb back and don't explain Libby? How do you explain Libby? So what y'all gonna do? Pretend like Libby never happened? Unless you're dealing with 7-year-old fans or whatever like that, that shit ain't gonna fly. Because we're all adults that watch the show pretty much. So I'm like, we're not dumb. Anyway, Lucy Coe, Heather Weber, and Todd Manning scenes. 3 wackadoos sitting there plotting escape. I was like, oh my God. Todd and Heather are funny as fuck together. I'll tell you that much. I don't like Heather Weber. But the bitch did escape from Ferncliff more than once. So she obviously crazy but smart. And this bitch rallied up the entire staff to go on strike. What I don't like about Heather Weber is the character. It's like how Frank and Ron writes her. It's like they write Heather Weber to be a part of everybody's storyline. You know, like to be the solution to everybody's problem. How the fuck could she know so much about everybody from Ferncliff? That was like on One Life to Live when Mitch Lawrence knew everything that was going on in Landview and he wasn't even in Landview. Like, how the fuck do you know that? Like, seriously, I just hate how they put... The only storyline she's not involved with is the BRITT Westbourne story and Sonny's story with Connie. That's the only storylines that she's really not involved with. She's been involved with the ELQ storyline. Now she's involved with the vampire storyline as far as Lucy Coe. She's involved with Todd with the baby switch. It's like they put her in every storyline. Like, why? I don't know. But at first, I was thinking Lucy Coe was just batshit crazy about this vampire stuff, but I guess she was telling the truth. And now Todd, Heather, and Lucy are breaking out of the damn Ferncliff. Kevin stopped them. Todd trying to pretend like he ain't want to have nothing to do with the breakout. Please. And the shit was so funny between her and Todd because she was like, I know you want to know. He was like, no, I don't. She was like, yes, you do. I was just sitting there rolling. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy as fuck. Seriously, who the fuck let Heather Weber roam around Ferncliff as many times as she broke out? She shouldn't even have free access to roam around the fucking building. Dumbass people. Anyway, Sabrina. I love Sabrina Santiago, but here's my problem with her. You have a crush on Patrick. Just tell Patrick about the fucking crush already. Like, this is what I don't like about people with low self-esteem. You need to build yourself up and stop always waiting for people to come around and build you up. They shouldn't have to. Women, especially women with low self-esteem, y'all need to know y'all worth. All women are worth something. Like, you're worth more than you think you are. So you need to act like it. Like, that's the thing about relationships and love. Love is all about taking calculated risks. That's like running a business. It's all about the risk. Sometimes you're going to come up the right way, and sometimes you're just going to come up short. It's either sink or swim. And that's how relationships and love is. You got to put yourself out there. Put your heart out there. And I think that's what Sabrina needs to do. Stop having Elizabeth push you in his direction. You need, if you want to be with Patrick or you got feelings for him, tell him. You're grown. Tell him. Stop acting like a teenager. Y'all not in high school. Y'all work in a freaking hospital. So let your feelings be known. Because I'm really getting sick of this shit. Like, her having feelings for him but not ready to tell him. Like, tell him. And then when Patrick was in the background on the cell phone, I'm like, dude, how long is that fucking cell phone conversation? He was on the cell phone half this fucking episode. I'm like, how long is that conversation? You've been on the phone majority of this episode, so how long is that conversation, my boy? Get the fuck off the phone. You know you ain't talking to nobody. But anyway, Maxie, the epitome is stupid. This is why I don't like about blonde women. Some blonde women, not all blonde women, but blonde women in particular. Ditzy. Ditzy, dumb. My God, Maxie, tell the fucking truth, for crying out loud. I know it wouldn't be a soap opera if people just ran around telling the truth all the time. But in this case, she needs to just tell the truth. It's not like she's going to go to prison if she tell the truth. See, people like Todd and Heather Weber and Lucy Cole, when they do stuff, they have to lie. Because if they don't lie, they're going to go to prison. Maxie is in no danger of going to prison. All you gotta do is tell the fucking truth. That's all you gotta do. Yeah, Lulu, Dante, and Spinelli and Ellie are gonna be mad as fuck at you, but it's worth it because the truth will set you free. Why lie when the truth will do? That's just what I don't understand. Why would you lie when the truth will do? Just tell the truth, shame that devil, and just put it out there. Now you done backed yourself into a corner, and now Britt is gonna blackmail you. The only way I can see Maxie coming out on top of all of this, if she records every conversation she has with Britt to prove that Britt was involved in the cover-up, the lying, and show it, you know, tell the truth to Dante and Lulu and Spinelli. And also she could get Britt fired in the process with Monica. Monica Quartermain could fire the bitch. Because did she or did she not say that Britt is the doctor not only to Maxie but to Lulu and Dante as well, because she's the surrogate, because Maxie's the surrogate, they're the actual parent, so she's obligated to tell them any information regarding that baby. You neglected to tell them information regarding that baby, so therefore you're in violation of your job and you can be fired, point blank. So if Maxie wants to get out on top of this, all you gotta do is tell the truth and put this shit to rest. But of course, Maxie's gonna lie and help Britt destroy Sabrina and get Patrick back, which is stupid because you done backed yourself into a corner that you can easily get out of, but you refuse to get out of it is the problem. Anyway, Felicia is freaking annoying. Like, her voice is aggravating. Like, seriously, it was good to see FRISCO. FRISCO motherfucking Jones is back in the building. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ron and Frank been doing a thing with bringing back these old school characters. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I have not seen FRISCO in some years. It was good to see FRISCO back, and now I guess he's gonna cause some drama between Mac and Felicia. Good. Maybe he can marry the bitch and take her out of the country again because her voice is aggravating. Molly and TJ, I like their relationship, but TJ do come off as jealous about this Rafe situation, so I'm sure he'll be happy if Rafe goes to prison, because, you know, that way Rafe would get away from Molly or whatever. I don't believe Rafe killed his mother, and it's proof, because I believe Caleb really did it, of course. But they're not going to believe that, and Sam, I can understand why Sam was defending John, because it is kind of a stretch for a kid who was found with a murder weapon in his hand to say that a cop did it. I know how it looks. He looks guilty, but still, like, there's no real proof that he killed his mother. And his story kind of does make sense. Like, he pulled the thing out of his mother's chest or stomach, and that's how he got the weapon in his hand and blood on his hands. But can't they run the evidence and find Caleb's fingerprint somewhere up there? Caleb touched the thing too, and he didn't have on gloves. He didn't have gloves on, so can't they run it for tests and get some fingerprints off the damn thing? I'm just saying. TJ was kind of pushing hard for Molly to tell the truth. Like, he was really pushing hard for her to tell the truth about this. So, I don't know. Maybe it's the jealousy, I suppose. But I do like them as a couple. Anyway, I can't wait to see these stories progress and see what the hell is going to happen with these stories and this vampire stuff. Anyway, I hope everybody have a wonderful day. And I will see all of y'all tomorrow. I'm out. See y'all later.